have, but I'm really not super familiar with it.
I have used a sewing machine quite a few times. I'm not very good and I get frustrated easily, but I like to try on occasion when I feel like it.
Yes, quite a bit. I like to say that I'm not particularly good, like I'm a jack of all trades and a master of none, but sewing's like the one thing that I think I'm a little bit closer to a master on than a lot of things.
Yeah.
That's just, I grew up in an area where we did a lot of sewing. The place we're in today, sewing. There's one in my hometown quite similar that one of my mum's friends runs, so I've been in and out of that growing up. I have a sewing machine in my bedroom at the moment, so it doesn't get much use, but it's there. I always start with op shops, but I also have way too much. So these days when I buy something, I try to be real intentional about it, so I've been buying from local brands and stuff.
So definitely almost entirely secondhand, like St. John's, Sally's, there's so many thrift shops in Christchurch.
Well, I try to buy my clothes secondhand when I can, but I do often succumb to the pressures of, Glassons and certain other fast fashion places. But I really like to try and buy secondhand most of the time.
Well, like the only thing that I probably wouldn't buy secondhand is like underwear, or activewear is hard to find. And I find it hard to find secondhand shoes because my feet are so big.
Yeah.
But other than that, like if I can find something secondhand, always I will try and look for it. Not just clothes, like homewares and all kinds of stuff.
I think the thing about fast fashion is that the more sort of basic general pieces that you want to fit you really well, it's a lot easier to get them from the fast fashion place because they have a much bigger range, all the sizes are there, so you can easily find your size, whereas at a thrift store, it's there might be one piece that's what you want, but it might not fit you.
Yeah.
And then you can't really get it, especially if you're looking for something quite specific.
I grew up in secondhand clothing, which is nothing wrong with it, and a lot of my wardrobe is secondhand clothing. It's not uncommon when you grow up like that. When you have the ability to buy something that's new, you tend to want to. So I kind of walk in the middle at the moment where it's like, these pants are secondhand, but my shirt's new, and it's just like, I want nice clothing that no one's worn before sometimes. And other times it's like, there's a really nice pair of pants, and their pants are expensive everywhere else, so most of my pants are secondhand. I'm trying to make a summer dress, and now that I've unpicked everything, I've discovered there's not quite as much fabric as I thought there was, so we'll see how we go. It might end up being just a nice summer blouse instead, but I have a graduation coming up and I really want, for a close friend of mine, I really want something nice to wear, so I thought this is a good opportunity to make something instead of having to buy it.
I'm making a slip dress, and I'm just sort of altering it so that it's going to fit me better and it's a better length to something that I would actually wear, and adding a few extra details that I think look nice.
I picked a little stretchy t-shirt off shoulder thing, and I'm going to use that as a base for this kind of lingerie robe.
Yeah.
So attach the top sort of to the base and then try to make a skirt, or it might end up being a dress, I'm not sure.
I don't know if I have a style so much at the moment. I like jeans and hoodies is my go-to type thing. I've slowly shifted into the very edge of streetwear, I think, where my favorite pair of pants at the moment is a pair of cargo pants. That with a nice shirt is always something I quite enjoy. Almost androgynous, but not quite fully committed to it.
Wear a lot of different stuff. I guess, like I've been saying today, if I'm going out at night or to a gig, I really like kind of styling old vintage retro lingerie pieces, lots of lace and stuff. I'm a sucker for anything that's really mesh or sheer and layering. I don't really have a specific style though, I would say I just wear what I feel like.
I wouldn't say I have a really specific style. I feel like I definitely tend towards more sort of like minimal, like not super patterns, but more sort of like playing the colours. I think a little bit. I definitely think there are trends, and like you want to follow the trends. And I think with social media as well, like there's obviously a big push towards certain items of clothing and certain ways to dress, which is very like promoted. And so naturally, if you're seeing that all the time, you're going to be influenced by that.
I think there is and there isn't in some ways. There's still a lot of like, oh, that's secondhand, and there are people that don't like that because of the idea of, oh, gross, someone else has worn it. But there's also a lot of like almost glorification of wearing secondhand stuff. Like, oh, I'm so cool, I'm all secondhand. And in reality, people were going in and buying secondhand stuff the same way they would fast fashion things, and that just means that the people that actually can't afford even fast fashion missing out on decent quality items of clothing, and they're just sitting in people's wardrobes anyway. It's a weird grey area where it's like some people hate secondhand clothing and other people will love it.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Everyone has their own style, and I definitely respect that. Like, just because you don't like something from you, like you might love it on someone else.
Way back when I was making my kids' costumes, just play costumes, it was how I started. That's how I really started sewing. A friend of mine and I had the idea of opening this place as a community space for sewing. Really great social activity if you're doing it with other people. I think you make new friends in the process. Yeah, I love being able to use bits and pieces that are just amazing and create something that you love. Like the thing I'm doing at the moment, I'm already deeply in love with, and I didn't have it at the start of the day, and I'm going to finish the day with something I love and I made myself. Climate change, I think, is the big one. Buying less if you're buying second hand, taking more care of what you're wearing. Like, we wash our clothes way too much realistically. Like, I've learnt that I've been washing stuff that I just didn't need to wash, and I can just look at it and think, is it clean? Does it smell okay? It's fine, I don't need to wash it. Rather than just getting in that cycle of constant washing and being able to repair, like little repairs or taking place things to repairs. Stores are the best way. Not shopping on Shine or H&M. So, and then watching out for greenwashing as well is a really good one, because sometimes you think you're doing the right thing and you're not.